my pickles. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom in Food with Keto under 20. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. I'm sorry that I had to wait so long to get here. But I'm thinking that this is the secret for healthy, adding longevity to your life and being able to enjoy wonderful, delicious, high-fat foods for people that are over 50. I'm really thinking that. The caveat being, of course, that you have to give up all grains and sugars. And so some people are just not, they're not willing to part with it. You know, that you'd have to, I'll sell my firstborn before I'd ever give up my sugar or my grains or artificial sweeteners too. I want to throw those in there. Why? Because I think that it's huge. I think that artificial sweeteners are really not good for us. And some doctors said that the Splenda chemicals never leave your body. Well, that's a scary thought, to think that they're layering up. What kind of little tumor are they working on? So today I was listening to a great podcast on my walk in the rain. And if any of you know where my Jason Fung obesity code book is, I'd really appreciate it if you'd return it. Which one of you has it? I thought it might be in my Kindle, but alas, I went over the 975 mostly unread books that I have on keto and low carb, high fat. And it's not in there, and I've looked in my 2 or 3 bookcases over and over again. I looked in my work reading bag. I have looked everywhere, and I can't find it. And so it'd be really helpful if you returned it to me. No questions asked, just brown wrapper, send it, no return address, and I'll be very, very happy. So, do you think you have a deranged metabolism? Oh my, do I love that name, because I'm eccentric and weird, and I get eye rolls a lot of the times from my humor to my way of eating to many things in life. And I think a deranged metabolism goes right along with me. Basically, healing a deranged metabolism is something that can take place with a keto food plan. And, many of us have done so much damage to our bodies. And if you're in your 60s like I am, and you started as a little foodie with mostly sugar, some grains, but just a boatload of candy, cans of frosting, bowls of brownie batter and chocolate chip Toll House cookie dough, not even cooked, we're talking raw. All that stuff that I did from a real young age, I mean, we're talking 9 or 10, I became a carb freak, a Zoid addict. And so how many years did I metabolically contribute to deranging my body? It's going to take a long time to get out of the woods. And so that's why this is a start the keto food plan and stick with it kind of thing. Trust that if you've had 50 years in the woods like I did, that there's a lot of healing that needs to take place. The good part is that I believe we can heal our bodies before we get to that dangerous place. I believe that we can heal metabolic syndrome. I believe that we can heal diabetes type 2 and reverse it. I believe that we can even lose weight as we gain muscle, get healthy, get energy, and just treat our bodies with the love and care that we missed out on for decades, in my case, thinking I was doing the right thing. One woman commented on my YouTube channel and said that she's been in Weight Watchers for 4 years and it's just simply not working. She's 64 and she's thinking of trying the keto food plan. And I say, yes. I say, good for you. I have gotten so many nice comments from older people, I would probably say 55, 58 and older, that have said, eating a keto food plan has just changed their lives. And I think that that's probably part of healing the deranged metabolism. It's a deranged way of thinking that gets you into the deranged metabolism, right? Feeding the addict inside of us. And what happens? We eat sugar, and then what happens? We burn it off real quick, and the cravings kick in again, and we're still hungry. We're never, ever full or satisfied. I had yesterday at the Earthy Crunchy restaurant, I had a 2-egg omelet with cream cheese and organic mushrooms in it on a bed of kale. And I swear to God, it was cooked kale. It was probably 3 cups. It was so darn delicious. I ate that between 8:30 and 9 a.m. And at 4:30, I still wasn't that hungry. So I adjusted my second meal of the day to a small serving of cheeseburger soup and some wax and green organic beans with some Amish roll butter on it. And it was delicious, and it carried me through, and it was, probably a half to a third of the amount that my regular dinner would have been, because I wasn't that hungry. I wanted to have something because I won't eat again until 11 o'clock today, and right now it's 6:50. So, and it was 4:30 yesterday, so I didn't want to have that long of going without. And so, plus it's dinner, and it's a tradition for Greg and I to sit at the end of the day, talk about our day, and eat our dinner. And so that was part of it. So my deranged metabolism now has a chance. Google it. They use it to treat cancer as well. And so it's very interesting. There's tons of comments about it. And so this particular website is talking about paleo being the cure for them. And the difference between paleo and keto is very interesting. I'm not going to define either, but Jimmy Moore just does it great in one of his podcasts. I don't know which one. But he says, if you're paleo, what do you think people on keto are doing? And if you're keto, what do you think people on paleo are eating? And of course, the keto person thinks the person on paleo is having, a jar of honey every single day, and allowing things like that, and many more carbs than you would on a keto. And a paleo person thinks that people eating keto are having a slab of beef, and that it's very high protein like Atkins, which it isn't. It's high fat, moderate protein, and very low carbs. And that's what it is. And so I truly believe that whatever it is that I'm eating is helping me in that forest of my deranged metabolism from so many years of just total unconscious, addictive-like addict behavior with my food. I was never satisfied with the sugar, and I would eat tons and tons and tons of it. And my mouth will show you that today with all the fillings that I had. Tons. And ironically, I didn't have acne, and I don't know why. Being adopted, I don't know where I came from. So, of course, I couldn't say to my mother or father, did you have acne when you were my age? And I wouldn't even think of it anyway. But I had the fat, and I had the cravings for sugar 24/7, and I accommodated it. And so I'm sure that my deranged metabolism, is only starting to get a break now for the last few years. Weight Watchers certainly helped because it limited my sugar intake and my grain intake. But before Weight Watchers, which was 2014, I was just an animal about food, just garbage, 24/7, fit it in, thinking that if I had one day with maybe a low-calorie food plan, that I should drop at least 40 pounds. Do any of you have that crazy thinking? Yeah, that's probably the sugar taking over my brain. So I'm very happy today to be on a keto, under 20 carbs food plan. And it fits, and it works, and I'm not craving sugar because I'm not eating sugar. And I think that was very, very key for me. And the reason I came to keto was because I am satisfied with many more fats, and I am satisfied with not eating any grains or sugar. And now I crave flavorful keto items to eat. You know, like I'm using probably more hot and spicy things in my food plan because that's what I'm craving. And I love my pickles today, where I wasn't a pickle person before. Sounds funny coming from being a pickle. And so it's just interesting to lose the sugar, the sweet tooth. And now I just have to me, a tablespoon of a nut butter would be a treat. And I'm not craving the things that I used to crave before that I would eat, would quickly burn off because they're sugar, and then fill it with more sugar. Like, part of the Weight Watchers aha moments for me was that eating 6 to 8 fruits a day is probably not a good idea. But it took me a long time to learn that, because I didn't think of fruits as a carb. I thought, whole wheat toast. I thought pizza. I thought pasta. I thought muffins. I thought those sort of things, donuts and things like that too, were carby. I didn't think of fruit as a danger to my deranged metabolism. So we learn as we go, and every podcast that I listen to, I just learn and I learn and I learn. And that's why I want my obesity code book back. So please return it in a brown, no return address package, and I will greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom in Food with Keto Under 20. You can do it. I think the older you are, the more it's going to help you. And I wish somebody would come out with a book about like what saves and extends longevity for an older person when they change up and give up the sugars and grains. I think it's a phenomena. Thanks so much. See you next time. Bye-bye for now.